I thought I had it all figured out. 3 weeks until my wedding, a job I loved as a software engineer, and a woman named Diane who I had been with for 4 years. My brother Kyle, 2 years older, was going to be my best man. Our family was tight, or so I believed. That afternoon, I came home early because my project finished ahead of schedule. Kyle's car sat in my driveway at 2 in the afternoon. That was strange. He never left work before 5. I thought I knew everyone I loved. Before I tell you what I found, that day let me ask you to drop a comment telling me where you are watching from. Hit that like button and subscribe, because this story is about to take a turn nobody saw coming, not even me. I opened the front door quietly, not sure why I felt the need to be silent in my own home. The living room was empty. Diane's purse sat on the kitchen counter next to her keys. Upstairs, I heard something. Not loud, but distinct. My heart started pounding in a way that had nothing to do with climbing stairs. Each step felt heavier than the last. The bedroom door was slightly open. I pushed it wider. There they were. My brother Kyle and my fiancée Diane. In my bed. In the bed where I slept every night. In the room where her wedding dress hung in the closet where the ring box sat on my nightstand. Everything stopped. Time, breath, thought. I stood there frozen, watching my entire future crumble in real time. They had not noticed me yet. When they finally did, the panic on their faces would have been funny if my heart was not actively shattering. Diane gasped and grabbed the sheet. Kyle jumped up, his face going white. I did not yell. I did not cry. I just stood there staring at the two people I trusted most in the world. Arturo, please let me explain. Diane started, her voice shaking. Brother, I am sorry this was not supposed to happen, Kyle said, reaching for his clothes. I held up my hand. Stop. Just stop talking. My voice came out steady, which surprised me. How long? They looked at each other. That look told me everything. This was not a one-time mistake. This was not a moment of weakness. This was a pattern, a choice they had made over and over. How long? I repeated. Diane started crying. 8 months. 8 months. I counted backward in my head. That was right after Kyle helped us house hunt. He had spent weekends driving around with us, looking at properties, celebrating when we found this place. All those times he stopped by just to check in. All those nights Diane came home late from client meetings. Every memory from the past 8 months replayed in my mind, but now with the truth attached. Every smile was a lie. Every "I love you" was contaminated. I did not mean to fall in love with him, Diane whispered. That sentence, those 8 words, they were somehow worse than finding them together. She fell in love with him. This was not just physical. She chose him, while wearing my ring, while planning our wedding, while sleeping in my bed. Get out of my house, I said quietly. Both of you. Kyle stepped toward me. We need to talk about this. Do not touch me. I moved back, my hands up. The thought of him touching me made my skin crawl. Arturo, please, we can fix this, Diane pleaded. I looked at her, really looked at her. I did not recognize the person standing there. There is nothing to fix. It is over. Get your things and get out. They left. I heard them whispering in the hallway, getting dressed, gathering belongings. The front door closed. I walked downstairs and locked it behind them. Then I sat on the floor in the living room and stared at nothing. My phone rang. I did not answer. It rang again and again. I turned it off. Hours passed. The sun set. I sat in the dark. Around 9, someone knocked hard on the door. Arturo, it is Marcus. Let me in, man. Marcus, my best friend since college. I opened the door. He took one look at my face and stepped inside. "Diane called me," he said. "She told me what happened. I am so sorry." I told him everything, every detail. He listened without interrupting. When I finished, he just said, "What do you need? I do not know. I am staying here tonight." He did. We did not talk much. He just sat with me. That night, lying awake in the guest room because I could not go into my bedroom, I made decisions. Cancel the wedding. Cut contact with both of them. But I had not decided about my family yet. They did not know. How would they react when they found out their golden boy had betrayed his brother 3 days past in a blur? I called the venue canceled. Everything sent back gifts. Each task felt mechanical. I was functioning, but not living. On day 4, my phone rang. "Dad, Robert." I almost did not answer. "Arturo, we need to talk, as a family." So Kyle had told them. "When?" I asked. "Tonight, come to the house." I drove to my childhood home, that ranch-style place in the suburbs where I learned to ride a bike, where we had Thanksgiving every year. The driveway was full. Everyone was here. I walked in. Mom Linda sat on the couch, tissues in her hands, eyes red. Dad stood by the fireplace. My younger sister Sophie was in the armchair, and Kyle sat across from the couch, looking like he had not slept either. Nobody spoke for a moment. Then Mom broke the silence with crying. "How did this happen to our family?" she sobbed. I waited for someone to ask me how I was doing. Nobody did. Dad cleared his throat. "Arturo, we know you are hurt, but Kyle is still your brother." I felt cold. "Is anyone going to ask me if I am okay?" Sophie shifted uncomfortably. "Of course we care how you are, but we need to figure out how to move forward." "Move forward," I repeated. Kyle leaned forward. "I know I messed up. This was not how it was supposed to happen. But Diane and I, we really love each other. We did not plan this. You did not plan to betray me for 8 months." My voice was sharp now. Mom wiped her eyes. "These things happen, honey. Love is complicated. Mom, he slept with my fiancée, in my bed, while I was working to pay for the wedding." Dad raised his hand. "We understand you are angry, but you need to think about what is best for the family." "What about what is best for me?" "You are young," Mom said softly. "You will find someone else. But Kyle is your only brother. You two have been close your whole lives." Had been. Past tense. Because we were not close anymore. We would never be close again. Kyle spoke again. "I will do whatever it takes to make this right. There is nothing you can do." Dad's voice got firmer. "Arturo, this family has always stuck together. Through everything. We do not abandon each other." But they were asking me to abandon myself, to pretend this was acceptable, to minimize my pain for everyone else's comfort. Then Kyle dropped the bomb. "Diane is pregnant." The room went silent, then exploded. "What?" Mom gasped. "A baby!" Sophie's eyes went wide. Dad sat down heavily. Kyle nodded. 3 months along, I did the math instantly. 3 months ago, Diane and I were still engaged, still sharing a bed, still planning our future. She was sleeping with both of us. Mom's expression changed. "Oh my God, a baby. This changes everything." "Does it?" I asked. "Arturo, this is your niece or nephew we are talking about," Dad said. "Is it?" The words came out bitter. Kyle looked wounded. "What is that supposed to mean?" 3 months ago, Diane was still with me. How do you even know it is yours?" Diane had never called me, never reached out. But I knew her. If there was doubt, she would have said something. The silence was confirmation. Mom was already planning. We need to support them. They should get married soon, before she shows too much. A baby shower, Sophie added. So we will need to plan that. They were moving on, building a future that included Kyle, Diane, and their child. A future where I was expected to smile and accept it. What about me? I asked. Dad looked at me. You are part of this family. Of course you are included. Included in celebrating the woman who cheated on me and the brother who betrayed me. Mom reached for my hand. I pulled away. For the sake of the baby, she said, you need to forgive them. There it was. The ask. The demand disguised as a request. Forgive them. Move on. Pretend it did not happen. For the baby, for the family, for everyone except me, I stood up. I need time to think. I left. Nobody followed me. 1 week later, they called another family meeting. I knew what was coming. I went anyway, some part of me hoping they would finally see my side. I was wrong. We gathered again in that same living room. This time, Diane was there too. Her hand rested on her stomach, barely showing, but protective. Kyle sat next to her. My parents and Sophie faced me. Dad started. We have been talking. We think it is time for healing. Healing, I echoed. Yes, Mom said. For the sake of the baby, you need to let this go. Sophie leaned forward. Come on, Arturo. It has been 2 weeks. You cannot stay mad forever. 2 weeks. They thought 2 weeks was enough time to get over my fiancé cheating with my brother. To get over losing my future, my trust, my family as I knew it. Diane spoke, her voice soft. I know I hurt you, Arturo. I do. But this baby is innocent. This baby deserves to grow up in a loving family, not a divided one. Kyle added, I will do anything, brother. Just forgive me. If you love this family, Mom said, tears forming again, you will forgive them. That sentence hit me. If I loved them, I had to forgive. My love was conditional on my willingness to absorb their betrayal. Then Dad said the thing that broke me. We want you to be Kyle's best man. At the wedding? I stared at him. You want me to what? It would show everyone that our family is strong, Mom explained, that we can overcome anything. You are asking me to stand next to them at their wedding and smile. It is the right thing to do, Dad said firmly. Sophie nodded. Think about how awkward it will be at family gatherings if you do not. Diane looked at me with pleading eyes. Please, Arturo, I need closure. We all do. Closure. She wanted closure. After everything she took from me, she wanted me to give her peace. I looked around the room. Every single person was looking at me expectantly, waiting for me to be the bigger person, to sacrifice my dignity, my pain, my self-respect. For them, for their comfort, for a baby that would not even be born for 6 more months. Not one person had asked what I needed to heal. Not one person had acknowledged the depth of what I lost. They just wanted me to perform forgiveness so they could all feel better. I stood up slowly. My hands were shaking, but my voice was steady. I need to say something, and I need all of you to listen. The room went quiet. For the past 3 weeks, not once has anyone asked me how I am doing. Not once has anyone acknowledged what I lost. Arturo, Mom started. I am not finished. My voice was firm. I lost my partner. I lost the woman I planned to marry. I lost my brother, my best friend. I lost my trust. I lost the future I was building. And not one of you has said, I am sorry that happened to you. I looked at each of them. You want me to forgive them for the baby that was conceived while Diane was still wearing my engagement ring, while she was still sleeping in my bed. Mom tried to interrupt. Arturo, do not say things you will regret. The only thing I regret is not seeing this sooner. I turned to Kyle. You were my best friend. I told you everything. I trusted you with my life, and you betrayed me in the worst way possible. Kyle's eyes filled with tears. I did not care. I looked at Diane. I was going to spend my life with you. I was going to build a home, raise children, grow old with you. You threw that away. Then I faced my parents. You two taught me about loyalty, about family, about standing up for what is right. But right now, I do not recognize any of you. Dad stood up. Arturo, think carefully about what you are about to do. I am done thinking. I am done being told how to feel. I am done pretending. What does that mean? Sophie asked. It means I am not forgiving them. I am not coming to the wedding. I am not playing happy family. And I am not standing there as Kyle's best man while he marries the woman who was supposed to be my wife. Mom gasped. You are tearing this family apart. No, Mom. Kyle did that the first time he touched Diane. You all did that when you asked me to pretend it was okay. Dad's face was red. If you walk away now, you are turning your back on this family. I looked at him. Really looked at him. The man who taught me to stand up for myself was now asking me to bow down. No, Dad. This family turned their back on me the moment they asked me to forgive the people who destroyed my life. Mom was crying hard now. You are breaking my heart. Mine was broken 3 weeks ago. Nobody cared then. I walked toward the door. Sophie called out, Arturo, please, do not do this. I stopped, turned around. Take care of yourselves. Then I left. I walked out of that house and I did not look back. My phone started ringing before I even reached my car. I turned it off. Driving away, I felt something I had not felt in weeks. Not happiness, not peace, but something close to it. Relief. I was free from the weight of their expectations. Free from the demand to minimize my pain. Free from a family that chose comfort over courage. It hurt. God, it hurt. But for the first time since I caught them, I could breathe. The next few days were mechanical. I found a small apartment across town. 1 bedroom, clean, simple. Marcus helped me move my essentials. I left most of the furniture. I did not want reminders. I quit my job. Not because I had to, but because I needed a completely fresh start. Within a week, I had interviews at 3 different companies. Within 2 weeks, I had accepted a position as a senior software engineer at a tech startup. New office, new team, new everything. I blocked everyone's numbers. Kyle, Diane, Mom, Dad, Sophie, all of them. I needed silence to heal, and they only brought noise. Marcus checked on me daily. You doing okay? Getting there. The first 2 months were the hardest. I would wake up and forget for just a second. Then reality would crash back in. But slowly, the good moments started outnumbering the bad ones. I started therapy. My therapist, Dr. Chen. Wait, not Chen. My therapist, Dr. Morrison, was patient and understanding. Forgiveness is not a requirement for healing, she told me during one session. You can move forward without absolving them. That sentence freed something in me. I had been raised to believe forgiveness was noble necessary. But Dr. Morrison showed me that protecting myself was equally important. I picked up cycling. Every Saturday morning, I would ride through the hills outside the city. The physical exhaustion helped. So did the solitude. I also started rock climbing at an indoor gym. There I met Jackson, a guy around my age who worked in marketing. He was going through a divorce. Family pressure, he asked one day after I mentioned my situation vaguely. Yeah. They wanted you to forgive and forget. Exactly. He nodded. Same thing happened to me. My parents wanted me to work it out with my ex-wife even after she emptied our bank account. Sometimes cutting toxic people out is the healthiest thing you can do, even if they are family. Hearing that from someone else validated what I already knew. I was not crazy. I was not cruel. I was protecting myself. 6 months after walking away, I realized I had not thought about Diane in days. When I did think about her, it was not with anger or longing. Just nothing. Indifference. The same with Kyle. The rage had burned itself out. What remained was a quiet understanding that they were not my problem anymore. 8 months after everything fell apart, Marcus mentioned something while we grabbed coffee. Your brother got married last month. I nodded. Okay. Diane had the baby, a girl. I hope they are happy. Marcus studied my face. You really mean that? I do. I hope they build a good life. I just do not want to be part of it. Your mom asks about you. Through my mom. What do you tell her? That you are doing well. I am. Sophie had sent me a text a few weeks earlier. I saw it before blocking her completely. Arturo, I am sorry. We were wrong. I see that now. But she had not fought for me when it mattered. The apology felt empty. My new job was going incredibly well. I got promoted to team lead after just 6 months. The company culture was healthy, supportive. I was thriving in ways I never did at my old job. Then I met Amy. Jackson introduced us at a group hike. She was a graphic designer, funny kind, with bright eyes and an easy laugh. We started talking and did not stop for 3 hours. Want to grab dinner sometime? I asked at the end of the hike. I would like that. I was honest with her from the start. I am not looking for anything serious right now. I went through something difficult and I am still working through it. That is fair, she said. We can take it slow. Slow was good. Slow felt safe. We went on casual dates, movies, coffee, more hikes. I told her about my past eventually. Not all the details, but enough. That must have been incredibly painful, she said. It was, but I am better now. Do you miss them, your family? I thought about it. Sometimes I miss who I thought they were, but the people they actually are. No, I do not miss them. She did not judge. She just listened. A year after leaving, I went on a weekend trip with Jackson, Amy, and a few others to a cabin in the mountains. We hiked cooked meals together, played board games by the fire. It was simple, easy, drama-free. Marcus texted me a photo from that weekend. I was laughing at something Jackson said, Amy beside me smiling. The caption read, "Look at you now. You are thriving." He was right. I was not just surviving anymore. I was building something new, something that was entirely mine. No family pressure, no toxic dynamics, just healthy relationships with people who respected me. My life was not perfect. I still had hard days, moments where I wondered if I made the right choice. But then I would remember that family meeting, the way they looked at me, the way they demanded I sacrifice myself for their comfort. And I knew without doubt that walking away was the best decision I ever made. I used to think family meant forever, no matter what. But I learned that real family does not ask you to betray yourself for their comfort. Real family does not minimize your pain. Real family shows up for you not just when it is convenient. Letting go of people who hurt you is not giving up. It is choosing yourself. And that is not selfish. That is survival. The baby they wanted me to forgive them for, that child will grow up fine without me. Kyle and Diane will raise her. My parents will be grandparents. Sophie will be an aunt. They will have their family gatherings and holidays. And I will have mine. Separate. Different. But mine. Some people will call me unforgiving. Cold. Heartless even. They will say I should have been the bigger person. That I should have put family first. But I sleep well at night now. I wake up without dread. I laugh without it feeling forced. And that is something I could not say when I was trying to keep everyone else happy. I do not know if I will ever speak to my family again. Maybe one day, maybe never. But I do know this. I am finally free. Free from the weight of their expectations. Free from the cycle of betrayal and demanded forgiveness. Free to build a life that actually feels like mine. And you know what? That freedom is worth everything I lost. So let me ask you something. Have you ever had to choose between family loyalty and self-respect? Drop your answer in the comments below. I would love to hear your story. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Share this with someone who might need to hear it. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope wherever you are in your journey you find the courage to choose yourself. Take care of yourselves out there. You deserve people in your life who truly value you.